Hey guys, this is your help video for quiz 2.03. Okay, so before we get into quiz questions, I just wanted to throw this up here. You do need to know this, alright? A conditional statement says if A, then B. The converse of that is when you switch the order. If B, then A. The inverse is when you negate it. So if not A, then not B. And the contrapositive says if not B, then not A. You switch and negate. So we might be referring back to that pretty often. Alright, select the hypothesis of the conditional statement. Well, the hypothesis is just the first part, or the A. A always comes right after the word if, and it usually ends at a comma. So if it is cold, that's our hypothesis, is that it's going to be cold. Alright, let's look at the next one. It says select the conclusion. The conclusion is the ending part. It's the letter B. It's usually after the word then. So if I make a bad grade, then my mom will kill me. Obviously, this is sarcasm, not truth. But the conclusion here would be that my mom would kill me. All right. Use the conditional statement to answer the question. If today is Thursday, then tomorrow is Friday. What is the inverse of the statement? All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label my A and B. If A, so everything after the word if up until the comma is going to be the first part, the hypothesis, or the A value. And then anything after the word then until the end is going to be the conclusion, or the B value. All right, and I want to write the inverse of the statement. So if you look down here, inverse says that you're going to negate it. If not A, then not B. All right, so I'm going to keep the order the same. All I'm going to do is put the word not in there. So it's going to look like this. If today is not Thursday, then tomorrow is not Friday. You keep the order the exact same, you just negate it. So you put the not in there. Let me see if I can make that a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, so that's your inverse. The next one says, use the conditional statement to answer the question. If a whole number is even, then the number is divisible by 4. Are the statement and its converse true? Okay, so let's check both. Let's check the statement first. The statement says, if a whole number is even, then the number is divisible by 4. So let's think about our even numbers. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, so on and so on. If we start with 2, 2 is not divisible by 4. All right, we get to 10. 10 is not divisible by 4. So this statement is false. This statement is not true. All right, but we also need to go ahead and check its converse. So if we look down here, the converse says if B, then A. So I'm going to go back up here, right after the word if, up until the comma, all of that's going to be part A. Anything after the word then, up until the end, is part B. And so if I want to write the converse, I'm just going to switch the order. So if the number is divisible by 4, then a whole number is even. Okay, so I literally just took my A and B and I switched the order. That's going to be our converse. And now I want to see if that's true. So if a number is divisible by 4, let's think about that. That's 4, 8, 12, 16, 18, 12, not 6, wait a minute, 16, 20, not 18, 20, 24, 28, and so on. If a number is divisible by 4, then it is an even number. That is a true statement. All right, so your answer here would be something like, no, the statement is false, but the converse is true. Okay, so the next one says, use the conditional statement to answer the question. If a number is prime, then the number is odd. Can the statement be written as a biconditional statement, and why? Okay. To be written as a biconditional statement, it's a statement that has if and only if included. And in order for a biconditional statement to be true, kind of like this last one, both the statement and its converse have to be true. So we're going to check the statement and we're going to check the converse. If they're both true, then it can be a biconditional statement. If they're not both true, then it can't. Okay? So let's start off by checking the statement. This is the statement. If a number is prime, then the number is odd. All right, so this is my hypothesis, the A, and this is my conclusion, the B. So let's start off with our prime numbers. Remember, prime means it's only divisible by 1 and itself. So if we start down at the bottom, 1 is only divisible by 1, and that is odd. 2 is only divisible by 1, and that's even. 2 is a prime number that's even. So we've already proven the statement false. All right, so the statement we're going to say is false. Now let's check the converse. And remember, I should have put it on the screen, but the converse is when you switch the order. If B, then A. All right, so let's type out the converse real quick. If the number is odd, then the number is a prime number. Now hopefully this jumps out right away to you as a false statement, because there's lots of odd numbers that are not prime. 9 is an odd number, it's not prime. Alright, so no, you cannot write this as a biconditional statement because both the statement and the converse are false. Alright, is each biconditional statement true or false? So again, for a biconditional statement, we have to check the original statement and its converse. So let's do that. For the first one, it says an angle is a right angle if and only if the measure of the angle is 90 degrees. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend like it didn't say if and only if, and we're just going to type out the statement. If an angle is a right angle, then the measure is 90 degrees. That's the statement, and that's true. So then we're going to check the converse, and the converse is when we flip the order. So if the measure of the angle is 90 degrees, then the angle is a right angle. That is also true. So if the statement and its converse are true, then yes, it can be a biconditional statement. So this is true. And I guess I should have, well, we'll move on. All right, so the next one, an angle measures 120 degrees. That's going to be the first part. That's going to be the A value. I should have marked A and B on the last one, sorry. And then the B value would be the angle is an obtuse angle. So let's write our statement and our converse to see if they both are true. All right, so if an angle measures 120 degrees, then the angle is obtuse. Y'all, that's a true statement. So now let's check the converse. Let's flip it. So if an angle is obtuse, then the angle measures, not snangle, 120 degrees. If an angle is obtuse, the angle doesn't necessarily have to be 120 degrees. That is a false statement. It could be 150 or 130 or 91 degrees, right? Anything over 90 can be obtuse. So that one's false. All right, let's look at this last one. If an angle measures 180 degrees, that's going to be part A. The angle is a straight angle. That's going to be part B. So let's write our statement and the converse and check whether they're both true. So the statement would be if an angle measures 180 degrees, then the angle is a straight angle. Okay, that's true. That's a true statement. If the angle measures 180 degrees, it is a straight angle. So let's check the converse. Let's flip it. If the angle is a straight angle, then the angle measures 180 degrees. That's also true. If you have a straight angle, then you know it equals 180 degrees. So because both the statement and its converse are true, then the biconditional statement is also true. All right, y'all, good luck on your quiz.